YouTube, Jenny here, back with FlossTube episode 4. Today I'm going to have a couple of updates on works in progress to show you, a couple of new starts, because remember way back when, I think I said in episode 1 that I was pretty monogamous with basically one project each craft at a time. Not anymore. So I have a couple of starts, a tiny bit of haul with some future project talk, and then I thought at the end I might show you my antique 1820s ladies work table, because that's now where I store all of my floss, and I love seeing your videos where you show off your stash and how you store it, so I thought maybe someone would enjoy seeing mine. But if you don't want to do that, that will be at the end, so you can go ahead and skip it if you'd like to. So without further ado, I'll just dive right into updates on my works in progress. And before I go in, I'll just say I'm not going to remember every single pattern maker, thread count, everything like that. So I'll just put all the details below. So if I don't mention it and you're like, oh, I really love that pattern, I want it, it'll be below the video. So the first one I'm going to show you is my update on Visit Hogsmeade. I am trucking on this one. I'm really excited. This is such a fun stitch. I absolutely love it. And I'm really excited that I got brave enough to go across the top, because that was a lot of counting, people, a lot of counting. And I did that because I was hoping to do a couple more of these, like the smoke coming out of the chimney. I thought there's a couple more and I thought I'd do those next. And that would help me kind of figure out where the different parts of the building were to work. So I went all the way across, and then I just, even though I counted it like 3 times, it's just not enough. So I think I'm going to do a few of the rows back and forth all the way across, just to make sure I check it like 14 times and that it's right, because the last thing I want to do is start putting in huge chunks of building and then find out I was completely off and try to fix that. But yeah, I think this one's coming along great. And I did decide, I think I'm going to make one change to this pattern. It's so tiny, but here and there, I don't know if you can see it, there's like little single white dots that are left blank. Those are to be like falling snow, and they're just done in white. But one of the things that I got in my tiny haul, I got the DMC, the white that has a little bit of a sparkle running through it, and I thought that might be fun. I think in reality you probably won't even notice the sparkle, but wouldn't that be cool to just have like a little hint of sparkly snow? So I think I'm gonna do that. But anyway, that's my Visit Hogsmeade progress. And then the other project that I made good progress on was Hobbie. And I think last time I showed you this, we just had the top of a bonnet. Well, now we have almost a full bonnet. I gotta add one more color in the little dots, and we've got a sleeve and the start of a dress. So that's pretty good progress. And there's the booklet I'm working off. And this one is also a really fun. I'm finding though that I think I prefer working on the Aida cloth. It's just so much easier to see. I stitch in the evenings. This room is really bright during the day, but I'm working during the day, so in the evenings it's really kind of dim, and I do have a light that I can put on, but it's just not the same as stitching in real sunlight, and I just find it easier to work on the Aida. So for now I think that's my preferred cloth. But I do really like the results that I was getting with this even weave, so I could see doing that as well. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I like. So the other project I've showed you that I've been working on was the Newton Abbott dollhouse carpet. I haven't touched that. I just really haven't been feeling it. I'm having so much fun with all this cross stitch that why torture myself with a project I'm not really enjoying at the moment. And I'll come back to it, but it's on hold for now. However, I did remember that I have another unfinished project that's also for the dollhouse, but not a carpet, and it's this guy right here. I hope you'll be able to see that. I know it's kind of see-through. I should, oh here, we'll do this. There we go. So as you can tell, it is a super, super tiny sampler. It's done on a 40 count silk gauze over 1, so that's very small. And indeed, I cannot work this without wearing magnifiers, which is why I don't work on it too often, because that's not as much fun as not wearing magnifiers. But I recently found this while doing my reorganization of my floss that I was mentioning. And I thought this was coming out so cute, I really need to finish it. In case you're curious, this is the pattern. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to find this exact one online. The Sampler, this company was a local needlepoint store for me down in Plymouth. and it's gone out of business like a good several years ago, which was so unfortunate because they had such beautiful things, silk, wool, you name it. So that was a bummer to lose that. But at least I have this adorable pattern that I'm hoping now that I've shown you, I'll be really motivated to pick back up and work on. So that was all the progress I made on unfinished projects. And as I mentioned, I have a couple of new starts. And one of them is a project I've showed you. I already showed you the Star Wars kit that I had bought, the Dimensions kit. Well, I finally got a start on that. But not a big start, just a little start. That's it so far. So it's not a lot, but what keeps on happening is I get up early in the morning and I'm like, okay, stitching time while my husband sleeps in. On the weekends, this is obviously on the week we're both working, but on the weekends I get up and I have my stitching time and I just pick up one of my projects and I start stitching, and like an hour later I'll be like, oh, that's right, this is my Star Wars kit time, and then I'll put in like one row. So I need to just get in my head that this is my weekend project and the other projects are kind of evenings and weekend days. So hopefully by next time I'll have a whole bunch more progress on this one. So that was one start, and then the other start is an entirely new design that I have not mentioned to you yet because I hadn't discovered it yet. And this is where I'm at with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and this is a digital pattern. I don't have it printed in color, so I'll just pop a picture in here for you. I'm doing this as a gift for some friends that love Halloween and they really go all out decorating their house for Halloween. And I just saw this design online, and please don't summon demons in the bathroom. I was laughing so hard. I just think it's the funniest thing. And I think they'll think it's really funny too. And I definitely think they'll hang it in their bathroom for the Halloween season. So yeah, I've been doing that. And I'm just using all the recommended colors. And I think I bought, I believe this is a 20 count Aida cloth, because I didn't want it to be huge. I didn't want like something big taking up tons of space on their wall. I just wanted to do it tiny and cute. So I started it, and this is also kind of a good segue into haul because I bought this digital pattern and I actually got two others from that same shop. Two other like funny ones. I don't know when I'll get around to them, so I'll talk about them when and if I ever do. And then the other haul I have are a couple different things. One, my best friend for my birthday just went by, and my bestie picked out 3 digital charts for me that she thought I would like to work, and she definitely nailed it. One is a Nightmare Before Christmas theme, another is Beauty and the Beast theme, and then the third one is like a mushroom sampler, very like magical witchy looking. And I love all of these. However, they are all really big projects. So I think I definitely need to finish at least my visit Hogsmeade before I move into another big project. But I'm really excited. I mean, I have projects for days now. So thank you so much, Sydney. I love them. So yeah, I'm looking down because one of my cats just decided to come in and he may jump up and get involved. So if he does, I'm sorry. Or maybe I'm not sorry because he's adorable and you'll love him. So the last thing, hi Woody, do you want to say hi? Come on up here. Come here. Oh, this is Woody. He's my little boy. He's very confused right now. Okay, bye Woody. All right, where was I? Okay, so the final haul thing was a little 1, 2, 3 stitch order. And actually, there's also a Joann's stop, but again with my gift card, but all I got was a handful of flosses. That are for various projects that, for example, this one I'm not really an orange person, so I didn't really have a lot of oranges, so I basically had to get like all the oranges for this one. And then I got a couple other colors. But they were only, and this was a miracle, okay? Usually when I go to Joann's and I'm looking for like a list of colors, I'll be lucky if I get half of them, right? They had almost all of them. They were only missing one. So I got home and I thought, I'm just gonna have to order this last one. But one doesn't just place a 1, 2, 3 stitch order for a single thing of floss, right? So I did treat myself to a chart. I did this one right here, Satsuma Streets, Pretty Little Tokyo. This series of little cities by Satsuma Street, Jody Rice, are so cute. I love the colors. I love how it kind of all has the graphics that sort of looks like It's a Small World. I just think it's adorable, and they don't have Boston, unfortunately, which is the city nearest me. So I was kind of looking through and thinking, I really want to do one of these. What do I do? And I thought about the Hawaii one because that's where my husband and I went on our honeymoon, and we just love Hawaii, and I thought that'll be so relaxing to look at. But in the end, I went with Tokyo because my aunt lives there and I've been there, and I just thought it would be a really cute one. So I picked that one just for fun. And then the other thing I got was just a little piece of green cloth right here. That's actually not a little piece. It's kind of moderate sized piece. And I can't remember off the top of my head if this is Zweigart or Wichelt, but it's Newcastle linen, 40 count, and the color is sage. And this is for the piece that I was talking about that I wanted to do as sort of a commemoration for my granny. And before I go any further too, I just really want to stop and say thank you to absolutely everyone who sent me positive thoughts, wrote me nice messages. I was just so touched and comforted by how kind you all are. I feel really lucky to have found this community and to have been so welcomed into it. I really appreciated everything that you said. Thank you so much. It's definitely been a hard time, but it's been helped by so many people being so kind and loving. So I really appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm gonna just dive right back into the project talk so that I don't get all teary-eyed again. But at any rate, I did decide to go forward with, instead of doing the sampler idea that I had, I think I am gonna do something inspired by her house, which is why I got the green cloth. I would have really loved to find a hand-dyed, you know, with kind of a mottled effect. And I actually tried to go to the only local needlework shop there is to me now. And by local, I mean, I think it's more than an hour drive. But my mom and I went out for my birthday. We went to Rhode Island, to a little village called Wichelt, and had tea in this adorable little tea place, and went to all these little shops. And on the way home, it was like barely a detour to go to North Attleboro to this little shop that opened up back in December. And we tried to stop, but it was closed, so I didn't get to go in. That was a bummer. But I went ahead and ordered just the solid color on 1-2-3 stitch. I'll make it work. And I went through pictures and pulled out some pictures of my granny's house. So I kind of want to go with this sort of idea of the house front with, this is the way I always remember it, always with beautiful flowers across the front. And she'd switch out the colors from year to year for fun, but the pink and white is the one I think of first. So that's what I'm going to go with. But I think I'm going to have it faced forward because I don't want to deal with perspective and angles. And I think just with cross stitch, when you see little houses, a lot of times they are just face forward. I don't know, I'm gonna play around with it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never charted my own design, so I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. So that's it for projects and haul and all that. If you want to stick around, I'm gonna now pop over and show you my antique sewing table and all my floss storage. But if that's not your thing, then thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, on to the table. So as promised, here is my antique ladies work table. I did put the drawer in. Normally I don't have this drawer in because it's really fragile and I haven't decided how I'm going to conserve it yet. And I've got cats, so I normally don't have this there, but I put it in so you could see. This is where you'd put all your like works in progress, your larger items. I'm not sure what this basket is for. I feel like it would be a good place to pop a ball of yarn or something while you're working, but it could be decorative. And then inside the lid, it's just so beautiful. I can't stand it. It's so pretty. What I used all these for are for all my floss colors. So it kind of goes around just, I didn't really stick to the rainbow. I just sort of arbitrarily picked where things would fit. And they're all kind of like, you know, this is all my pinks down here. I actually have 2 sections for pink because pink's my favy. And then here is the built-in pin cushion. It's original to the table. It's silk with this cute chenille trim, so pretty. And I keep just some overflow floss in there, but in here, these are original to the table, or so I'm told. And I think they're meant to go in here. As you can see, there's like these grooves, and I'm not gonna try to balance the camera steady and do it, but these do fit in there. And I have the original key, which is so awesome. So often the key gets lost, so I feel really fortunate about that. yeah, so that's how I keep things. I keep my specialty threads here, like sparkly or glow in the dark, because, you know, I may need to make something glow in the dark. Needles, just random little needle minders and tools. And then this is just where everything else tends to land. These are the colors for Pretty Little Tokyo. I pulled them out, even though I'm not going to be starting that anytime soon. And I have a bunch of like just silk threads and things like that. I have an antique punch needle tool, because you never know, I might take up punch needling. Got to catch it all, right? Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.